Okay, hi everyone. So it's been a really long time since I posted a video, and that's mostly because we had a really bad third cycle. I actually had made a video, but I was super hormonal and I had like a big pimple on my face, and not that I'm like scared to show you guys a pimple on my face, but it was like made me feel worse than making me feel better, which is the whole point of this vlog, is to make me feel better and to share with the community, of course. So it's such a long story, but basically we had egg retrieval on October 4th. For the 3 monitoring appointments prior to egg retrieval, on the last one, it showed that we had 12 follicles, either mature or approaching maturity. And so, we were really excited. That was close to what we had prior to our second egg retrieval. So we were really hopeful that this was going to be a successful cycle and all was going to be good. So on Friday, October 2nd, we triggered, and then on Sunday morning we went for egg retrieval. And after egg retrieval, the doctor was like, oh yeah, we got 7 eggs. And I was like, 7? We had 12 follicles going in. I expected at least 12 eggs, if not 14, because that's just the way it had been. Even on our very first cycle, that was basically a failed cycle. We had 4 follicles going in and got 9 eggs. So I couldn't understand why this was happening, and I'm still suspicious about it. It was a new doctor, or I don't know if she was new to the clinic, but new to me. And, part of me is like, what did you do wrong? But it is what it is. So we got 7 eggs, which was worse than our failed cycle. 4 of them were mature enough to fertilize, and 1 of them made it to blastocyst stage. So that was a rough week leading up to that. And there was a whole lot of drama. Like on Friday, I had called for an update, and the nurse had told me that they were watching 4 eggs, 4 embryos. So I thought that meant that we still had, we'd get at least 2 if they were still watching 4. That was the day 5, but it turns out if none of them have made it to blastocyst stage by day 5, it's unlikely that any will make it to blastocyst on day 6. At least that's what the doctor said. So on day 6, on Saturday, of a holiday weekend, by the way, they called me to tell me that only 1 had made it. I was like, well, we're not going to do genetic testing on 1 egg. Or 1 embryo. It's just insanely not cost efficient. Cost effective. It's just like ridiculous. So we called to cancel the biopsy, but they had already biopsied, and it was a holiday weekend, so there's a lot of drama back and forth, and it just, not drama, but a lot of phone calls. I was upset. I was really upset. I was upset about the cycle. I was upset about the lack of communication, or at least poor communication. And I was upset that when I called to say, okay, we're not going to biopsy, they're like, whoopsie, too late, sorry. It was just a bad cycle. It's like the 17th time I've said that. And it just left a really sad, sour taste in our mouth for the whole IVF process. it's so much money. And to have 2 failed cycles is just, it's enough to make you go crazy. Never mind the money. It's driving back and forth 2 hours for my monitoring appointments, and the emotional turmoil of the ups and the downs and the hormones, and oh God, I hate it. I hate IVF, and I know that part of why I feel this way is because we haven't done any transfers yet. So all I've had is the hard part. Not that transfers can't be hard, but hopefully that leads to a baby. I also know I feel this way because I'm doing genetic testing. And I'm old, which everyone keeps reminding me of how old, shriveled, and rotten my eggs are. So that's fun. I don't know. I haven't had a good IVF experience, and at least not yet. So as it stands, we have 4 embryos, one of which is chromosomally normal and BRCA2 free. 2 of which are BRCA positive but chromosomally normal, and one of which, the last one, we don't know anything about. I've named them. So Champ is our chromosomally normal BRCA2 free embryo. And then we have Ninja and Warrior are the BRCA positive but chromosomally normal. And chromosomally normal. And they're Ninja and Warrior because they're going to have to be real fighters if they make it. And then we have Sam because we don't know anything about Sam. So, anyway, so now I'm taking November off. I'm taking a cycle off. We're just trying the good old-fashioned natural way, which actually feels so nice to just kind of be together and get out of the science and try again naturally, even though we know it's unlikely. Whatever. We needed a break. I needed a break. My body needed a break. My brain needed a break. Everything. So the plan is, or was until last night, to implant Champ in December. After taking this kind of break. I also will hopefully have my doctorate mostly done by then, so my stress will be calmer. Everything will be calmer. We're going away for Christmas the week after we plan to implant, so it'll be like a nice break, a nice relaxing time for Champ to settle into my cozy womb. However, I got the genetic report for these embryos last night, or a couple days ago, and we found out that the BRCA2 positive embryos, those 2 embryos that we know are chromosomally normal, are both female. Which just makes me pause, because if they were male, I'd be more inclined to just go ahead and implant them. I'm echoing my husband's concerns as well. But it's not that BRCA2 doesn't affect men. It does, but there's a I'm under the impression that there's a higher chance for the BRCA gene to affect women than for it to affect the men, but then the men can pass it on to their offspring. So there are concerns, but that's 2 generations away, and hopefully science is more advanced at that time. Anyway, so now we're like, okay, so we have 1 chance at this. We have Champ, and that's it. And then this other embryo, Sam, that we know nothing about, but that makes me nervous, because what if there's something really chromosomally wrong with the embryo? I don't know. There's just a lot. There's so much going on in my brain. Anyway, so now we're like, okay, so we have this 1 Champ, and if it implants in December, then for baby number 2, I'm going to be that much older, my eggs are going to be that much more rotten and shriveled, and it's going to be that much harder to get pregnant. So what if we try to get pregnant for a little bit longer using IUI? And the doctor said that IUI should work for us, assuming, the reason to do IVF is because of the BRCA gene. But if we're not as concerned about the BRCA gene, and we don't want to do any more IVF cycles for several reasons, one of it being financial, then, IUI could be a good alternative, because then at least we have a 50-50 chance. We might still get a BRCA2 positive female baby, but there's a 50% chance that we won't get a BRCA2 positive baby. So, I don't know. It just seems like maybe this is what we should do. Gives us our best chance to really reach what we really want, which is to have at least 2 babies. So now we're gonna have to meet with the doctor tomorrow and discuss our options with IUI, which, it's good. I'm glad we're thinking about the future, but I really want to be pregnant. I can taste it. I want it so badly. It brings tears to my eyes. I want to get going. I want a baby. I want to be pregnant. I think about our future plans, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll be pregnant by then, and this might, I might not be if IUI doesn't work. So, this is just so hard. I hate infertility. I hate it. I hate that when I was young, I just thought, yeah, of course I want to have kids, but I'm not ready yet. And I kept saying that for so long, and it was probably true, but all of a sudden I was there, and I wanted to get married first before getting pregnant, and now I just have some regrets, and I wish that in some ways my life had gone a little differently, because this is so hard, and it's just consuming. And I feel like the solution is to get pregnant. And I have this embryo that has, like, I think at least a 50% chance of implanting, which is really high odds. And to make the choice to actually go through this longer it's really hard, and clearly brings up a lot of emotion. But I know that this emotion is short term up here in my brain. I know that probably the best decision for us as a family is to go through IUI a little bit more, a few months of IUI before giving up and going to, implanting Champ. And then at least we have one, hopefully, if Champ sticks. So I know that's probably the right decision. It's just a painful decision to have to make. And I don't know. I talk to some people and they say, it's been 2 years since last August that we've been trying, which, there's some people out there who try for 5 years, 7 years. Like, there's people out there who try forever. And so I know it's not, in the grand scheme of life, it doesn't seem like a long time, but it is. It feels like forever that we have been trying to get pregnant. And never mind the fact that I have this cancer gene in me, and there's things that need to happen. I need to have this prophylactic surgery. I really don't want to get breast cancer or ovarian cancer, and I need to have my babies first. So there's this other time pressure. It's impossible. This is an impossible situation, and it just sucks. It's just hard. So it is what it is, and all we can do is move forward and make the best decisions at the time. We'll see what the doctor says tomorrow. Part of it depends on cost as well. I don't know how much. We did IUI through my local OBGYN, so we'll see how that cost compares with the one at my clinic, and go from there. Anyway, so I'm sorry I've been MIA. I've been dealing with some crap, and I've been really busy trying to finish my PhD and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I know there's a couple of you out there who got some really good news, and I'm so happy for you. It gives me hope in my journey. And for those of you who are still in the slugfest of infertility with me, my sister's in arms. I'm wishing you the best of luck, continued luck and strength, because this takes a lot of strength. Anyway, thanks for all your support, and I'll let you guys know what we decide, IUI or IVF. I guess that's the question for me these days. I keep saying for me, but it's really for us. Clearly, my husband's with me by my side throughout this whole process. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.